Bangladesh records 43 new COVID deaths, highest in 20 weeks amid fall on hospitalization. Most of the search committee members for new EC formation linked to ruling Awami League, claims BNP. Special prayer for father ends in tragedy. 5 brothers die hit by pickup van in Coxsbazar. Assalamu alaikum. This is Afranjum welcoming you all to Evening News. You have just heard the headlines. Now let's move on to the details. Bangladesh has registered 43 deaths from the coronavirus in a day, the highest in a day since 19 September, taking the total death toll from the disease to 28,670. It also recorded 8,300 new COVID cases in a day. As many as 41,000 samples were tested across the country for a positivity rate of 20.03%. The latest figures put the recovery rate at 86.36% and the mortality rate at 1.53%. Meanwhile, the number of hospitalization admission infected with COVID-19 has been decreasing gradually. Though hospital admissions is decreasing, the pressure in the ICU is still prevalent in Dhaka COVID hospitals. Physicians and the number of COVID deaths will not decrease at the same pace if the COVID infections. However, long queues are not seen in Dhaka COVID testing booths today.
দুদিন আগেও আউটডোরে 80 এর উপরে পেশেন্ট আসতো তো গত 2 দিন ধরে অ্যারাউন্ড হচ্ছে 50 এরকম পেশেন্ট আসছে টোটাল আর অ্যাডমিশন রেটও কমেছে এর আগে হচ্ছে 26 28 এরকম অ্যাডমিশন ছিল গত 2-3 দিন ধরে হচ্ছে 17 18 ডেথ রেট কিন্তু প্রথমেও 2 জন 3 জন ছিল মাঝে কয়েকদিন 5 জন 6 জন হয়েছে আবার এই 2 জন 3 জনই কিন্তু আবার এসেছে মানে ডেথ রেটটা খুব একটা রিমার্কেবল কমে
Bangladesh's economy grew 6.94% in fiscal 2020-21, according to the final data published by the National Statistical Agency. The growth figure exceeded the government's provisional estimate of 5.43% for the year. Gross national income per capita has also increased to $2,591 in fiscal year 21. Planning Minister M.A. Mannan said today, sharing data from the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics in Dhaka. Meanwhile, the ECNEC today approved a Dhaka 1,500 crore project to set up an institute of frontier technology. BNP has said the search committee members to form new election commission have direct or indirect links with the ruling Awami League. The party's Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir made the claim at a press conference at the chairperson's Gulshan office today. He said the search committee will form another election commission like the outgoing one. The only solution to the current political crisis in Bangladesh is to hold a parliamentary polls under a neutral government, Fakhrul added.
বিএনপি মনে করে এই প্রক্রিয়া সম্পূর্ণ অর্থহীন ও অগ্রহণযোগ্য যাদের সমন্বয় অনুসন্ধান কমিটি গঠন করা হয়েছে তারা প্রায় সকলেই প্রত্যক্ষ অথবা পরোক্ষভাবে আওয়ামী লীগের সঙ্গে সম্পৃক্ত কমিটির প্রধান বিচারপতি ওবায়দুল হাসান জাতীয় ছাত্রলীগের কেন্দ্রীয় কমিটির সহ সভাপতি ছিলেন জনাব সৌল হোসেন 2018 সালে আওয়ামী লীগের মনোনয়ন চেয়েছিলেন অন্য সদস্যবৃন্দ প্রায় সকলেই আওয়ামী লীগের সঙ্গে বিভিন্নভাবে সম্পৃক্ত যেমন আপনার বিচারপতি কুদ্দুস সাহেব তিনি গোটা পরিবার তারা আওয়ামী লীগের পরিবার এবং তারা আওয়ামী লীগের সঙ্গে সম্পৃক্ত আর যে দুজন আপনার কন্ট্রোলার জেনারেল একজন আর পিএসসির চেয়ারম্যান তারাও কিন্তু আওয়ামী লীগ সরকার দ্বারাই মনোনীত
Special prayer for a father in Hindu family ends in tragedy in Coxsbazar. 5 brothers have been killed and 5 others injured after a pickup van hit them in Coxsbazar, Chakriyo Upazila. Police said the incident occurred on Chattogram-Coxsbazar highway in Malumghat area of Dula Hazara this morning. The dead were Champak, Deepak, Nirupam and Anupam De. The injured have been admitted to Malumghat Christian Memorial Hospital, police said. 9 people of the same family were returning home in the morning after performing a puja at a local crematorium. The bodies have been kept in the hospital morgue. The documents of retired Major Sinha Rashid Khan murder case, in which suspended police officials Pradeep Kumar Das and Liaquat Ali were sentenced to death, have reached the death reference to the High Court for the examination of the trial court verdict. Officials of the Coxsbazar court concerned brought the documents of the case, including the judgment, to the High Court today. If a lower court sentences any person to death in a case, its judgment is examined by the High Court through hearing arguments for confirmation of the death sentence. On 31st January, Coxsbazar District and Sessions Judge Mohammad Ismail sentenced Pradeep and Liaquat to death and also 6 others to life-term imprisonment for killing Sinha. Film actress Nipun today filed a petition with the Supreme Court challenging the High Court order that stayed the appellate board's decision cancelling the candidacy of Zayed Khan and declaring her as the General Secretary of the Film Artists Association. In the petition, Nipun sought stay on the High Court order, saying that no writ petition is acceptable against the Election Appellate Board's decision as it is not a government organization. Her lawyer, Mustafizur Rahman, said the chamber judge of the appellate division may hold hearing on the petition later in the day. Following a writ petition of Zayed Khan, the High Court on Monday stayed for a week that appellate board's decision that cancelled his candidacy. Different government organizations and ministries pressure the National Board of Revenue seeking tax or value-added tax exemptions, said its chairman Abu Hena Rahmatul Munim. He claimed that these government entities carry out campaigns against the NBR when they fail to secure the waiver, saying that they were unable to do things as the NBR did not provide them with certain advantages. The NBR chief said while addressing a pre-budget discussion with the members of the Economic Reporters Forum at the NBR building in Dhaka's Shegun Bagicha today. The NBR chairman said that his remarks are not aimed at provoking the ministries, rather intend to create a tax culture among everyone.
বাড়ির মালিক টিআর নাম্বার নাই, সে রিটার্ন দেয় না, এরকম আছে, এখনো আছে। সেগুলোকে আস্তে আস্তে এক্সপ্লোর করছি আমরা। সিটি কর্পোরেশন থেকে তথ্য নিয়েছি। প্রথম দিকে আমরা বড় বড় শহরগুলোতে যাব, প্রতিটি বাড়ির মানে হোল্ডারের হোল্ডিং নাম্বারের এগেনস্টে যে মালিক তাকে আইডেন্টিফাই করব। গাড়িওয়ালা পর্যন্ত যাব আমরা, কারণ আমরা অলরেডি ইন্টিগ্রেশন করে ফেলছি বিআরটি এর সাথে।
International news. Indian politicians continued hosting massive rallies and knocking door-to-door despite advice to the contrary by health authorities. Weeks-long balloting in state elections will take place in Uttar Pradesh, the largest state with a population of more than 200 million, and in states of Punjab, Uttarakhand, Goa and Manipur. The polls end 7th March and results are to be declared on 10th March. Enormous gatherings during state elections last year contributed to a devastating coronavirus surge that left the country's feeble health system battered. And another surge driven by the Omicron variant had already arrived. Before ending, let's have a look on the headlines once again. Bangladesh records 43 new COVID deaths, highest in 20 weeks amid fall on hospitalization. Most of the search committee members for new EC formation linked to ruling Awami League, claims BNP. Special prayer for father ends in tragedy. 5 brothers die hit by pickup van on Coxsbazar. And that's all from the newsroom for now. To know updates, videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvbd.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates over NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Shondhar Khobor, will be aired in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us. Have a good time.